1. Trump's new bill, how the U.S. could lead in digital assets. 2. Maxine Waters warns, upcoming crypto bills could harm consumers. 3. Crypto Week in D.C., regulatory changes and industry impact. 4. What is Crypto Week? Bitcoin hits record high. 1. Trump's new bill, how the U.S. could lead in digital assets. In a bold move reflecting the fierce competition of global markets, former President Donald Trump has formally urged Republicans to rally behind a significant legislative initiative that is making its way to the House of Representatives this Tuesday. He asserts that this bill has the potential to propel the United States to a position of unparalleled leadership, surpassing not just China but also Europe and other global players. The proposed legislation, known as the Genius Act, which stands for Guiding and Establishing National Innovation for U.S. Stablecoins Act, aims to bring comprehensive regulation to a particular category of cryptocurrency known as stablecoins. These digital currencies are designed to maintain a consistent value by being linked to stable assets, such as the U.S. dollar. The Senate has already advanced the bill, and its fate now lies in the House before finally reaching Trump's desk for approval. In a recent statement on the social media platform Truth Social, Trump emphasized the importance of the upcoming vote. The House will soon vote on a tremendous bill to make America the undisputed, #1 leader in digital assets. This declaration not only highlights his ambition for U.S. dominance in the digital currency arena but also reflects the urgency and excitement surrounding the legislation. Stay tuned for updates as this situation develops. It is crucial to monitor how this bill progresses, as its implications could significantly influence the landscape of digital finance both domestically and internationally. Fairness Meter. Our commitment at Newsweek is to deliver journalism that is accurate and balanced. We encourage readers to hold us accountable by providing ratings on the content we produce. Click on the meter to rate this article. 2. Maxine Waters warns, upcoming crypto bills could harm consumers. *** Representative Maxine Waters raises alarm on upcoming U.S. cryptocurrency legislation. I told you so. In a significant warning, Representative Maxine Waters has expressed her concerns regarding the potential impact of the Genius and Clarity Acts, suggesting that these proposed laws could severely undermine consumer protections, restrict the powers of the Securities and Exchange Commission, SEC, and introduce national security vulnerabilities. The crypto industry's connections to former President Trump have sparked worries about the level of influence and oversight in this rapidly evolving sector. As the U.S. prepares to establish new regulations for digital assets, global regulators are closely monitoring these developments. In her recent op-ed for MSNBC, Waters, a Democrat from California, highlighted the dangers posed by the upcoming legislation, which is set to be discussed in the House. She argues that these bills prioritize the interests of the cryptocurrency industry over the safety of consumers. I told you so, Waters declared emphatically. I'm raising the alarm about the dangers associated with the pending crypto legislation, which could lead to widespread fraud and financial devastation for countless American families. The ongoing debate surrounding these bills indicates that not everyone is in agreement with the U.S.'s shift towards a more lenient stance on cryptocurrency. Under Trump's administration, the country has transitioned from the stricter regulations of the Biden era to a more permissive approach, which critics argue creates an environment that favors those with political connections. Notably, members of the Trump family have been involved in promoting various NFT collections and meme-based cryptocurrencies, as well as co-founding companies like World Liberty Financial and American Bitcoin. Additionally, there are plans for a utility token associated with Trump's social media platform, Truth Social, and its parent company has recently filed for a cryptocurrency exchange-traded fund, ETF. Despite efforts from lawmakers, including Waters and Senator Elizabeth Warren, Democrat Massachusetts, to introduce legislation that would prevent sitting presidents and their families from profiting from cryptocurrency ventures, progress has been slow. The actions taken by Congress this week will not only affect domestic markets but could also set precedents for global regulatory standards, with international regulators keenly observing America's approach to digital asset regulation. In her op-ed, Waters cautioned that the Clarity Act would significantly limit the SEC's ability to safeguard investors. Regulators would be forced to wait until after investors have suffered losses to take action, potentially after a company has collapsed and people's life savings have disappeared, she wrote. Concerns over Wall Street and Big Tech. Waters also criticized the Genius Act, particularly its provisions regarding stablecoins, arguing that the regulatory framework is inadequate and underfunded. Unlike traditional banking systems, this bill does not impose requirements for community reinvestment or oversight of third-party vendors, leaving users vulnerable to fraud and discrimination. She further expressed worries about national security, pointing out that the legislation exempts decentralized finance from significant oversight and fails to ensure compliance with the Bank Secrecy Act. The bill broadly exempts the decentralized finance sector from nearly all regulatory scrutiny, a category that Trump's World Liberty Financial notably claims to belong to, she noted. Waters warned that the Genius Act could facilitate easier access for foreign-controlled cryptocurrency firms to U.S. markets, thereby increasing risks. Additionally, she characterized these bills as handouts to Wall Street and Big Tech, undermining the narrative that cryptocurrency democratizes finance. They provide megabanks and major crypto players with the opportunity to consolidate their power, she stated. Sean Lee, co-founder of the International Digital Asset Exchange Association, emphasized that the U.S.'s decisions regarding cryptocurrency regulation have implications that extend well beyond its borders. The U.S. is the largest and most innovative market in the digital asset space. Establishing a regulatory framework, especially for these two crucial asset classes, is vital for setting a standard for the rest of the world, he explained. However, it is far from perfect, and there needs to be an evolution in monitoring market behavior to ensure that regulations are not one-size-fits-all. What are your thoughts on the potential impact of these crypto bills? Do you agree with Representative Waters' concerns, or do you see the proposed changes as beneficial? Share your opinions in the comments below. Stay informed with our daily debrief newsletter, bringing you the top news stories, original features, podcasts, videos, and more every day. 3. Crypto Week in DC, Regulatory Changes and Industry Impact. A landmark week for crypto in Washington, but victory might come with compromises. This week in Washington, the spotlight falls squarely on the crypto world, as U.S. lawmakers prepare to vote on a pair of legislative proposals that could significantly shape the future of digital currencies and blockchain technologies. While anticipation is running high within the industry, there's growing acknowledgement that not every wish may be granted. One of the headline proposals, the stablecoin-focused Genius Act, already passed the Senate and is poised to become the first standalone piece of crypto legislation to be enshrined into law, provided the House follows suit in its Thursday vote. It's a big win. But here's where things get more complicated. The Clarity Act, the real battleground for crypto policy. Though the Genius Act is a milestone, the broader and more ambitious Clarity Act is the one that crypto insiders are watching most closely. This bill lays out the guidelines to determine whether a digital asset falls under the category of a security, regulated by the Securities and Exchange Commission, or a commodity, which would be governed by the Commodity Futures Trading Commission, CFTC. The House is expected to vote on the Clarity Act this Wednesday, following strong bipartisan backing during its committee phase. Yet, the Senate presents a more uncertain landscape. Questions are surfacing regarding potential conflicts of interest surrounding former President Donald Trump and his family's growing presence in crypto, which could affect support for the bill. Their portfolio now includes meme coins like Dollar Trump and Dollar Melania, a Trump-branded stablecoin, and a DeFi firm named World Liberty Financial. According to critics, these ventures may blur ethical lines in policymaking. Senator Raphael Warnock of Georgia, who backed the more narrowly focused stablecoin bill, voiced concerns about these entanglements, crafting a bill that protects the president's crypto dealings signals to the public that Congress might not be serious about tackling corruption, which damages investor trust in the market. Crypto companies make their case, with chocolate. In an unusual lobbying move, Coinbase sought to boost support for the Clarity Act by distributing roughly 5,000 chocolate bars around DC, each wrapped in data from Morning Consult showing that about 20% of Americans now own crypto. The message? Clear and comprehensive rules could encourage more confidence and investment in the crypto space. Coinbase, Ripple, and other major players continue urging lawmakers to set politics aside and prioritize regulatory clarity. When people engage with digital assets, they want transparency and trusted platforms, said Kara Calvert, Coinbase's VP of U.S. policy. This bill would provide the infrastructure to ensure that. Another layer of complexity, the Senate's own version of a crypto framework. As the House pushes forward, the Senate is preparing to unveil its own version of the market structure legislation later this month, which might differ in key ways. Republican lawmakers like Banking Chair Tim Scott and Senator Cynthia Lummis are leading the charge, with some Democrats, like Senator Kirsten Gillibrand, joining efforts to build a bipartisan version. "We've got a lot of work ahead, and it will take cross-party collaboration to get it done," Gillibrand shared in a Capitol hallway interview. Genius Act and Trump's influence. Thursday's vote on the Genius Act follows Senate approval last month, where 18 Democrats sided with most Republicans to pass the measure. Interestingly, Trump's influence loomed large over the House's decision to abandon their own version of the bill, opting instead to quickly greenlight the Senate's package after he posted a directive on Truth Social, "Get it to my desk, ASAP, no delays, no add-ons." Preventing a government-issued digital currency. Separate from the major crypto-focused bills, the House is also expected to pass a measure this Wednesday that would prevent the Federal Reserve from launching a central bank digital currency, CBDC. Summer Mersinger, CEO of the Blockchain Association, supports this move, saying, "CBDCs should be left to the private sector. The government shouldn't be competing here." Now, let's hear your take. Here's where things get divisive. Should lawmakers take a harder line on potential conflicts of interest, even if it jeopardizes progress on long-awaited regulations? Do you believe the crypto sector deserves the same protections and clarity that traditional finance enjoys, or are these legislative efforts too lenient on insider advantage? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Are we witnessing genuine reform, or just polished politics? Let the debate begin. 4. What is Crypto Week? Bitcoin hits record high. What exactly is Crypto Week in the United States, and why has Bitcoin recently reached unprecedented heights? Bitcoin has astonishingly crossed the $120,000 mark for the very first time, marking a significant achievement for the leading cryptocurrency as we approach what could be a pivotal week in its history. Beginning on July 14, the event known as Crypto Week will feature discussions in the U.S. House of Representatives regarding 3 proposed bills that are favorable to the cryptocurrency industry. These bills are anticipated to establish a regulatory framework that crypto enthusiasts have long sought after. Former President Donald Trump has called on lawmakers to reform existing regulations, moving away from the numerous lawsuits filed against cryptocurrency companies by the Securities and Exchange Commission, SEC, during the Biden administration, 2021 to 2025, and instead advocating for a more supportive environment for the industry. The anticipation of positive developments has contributed to Bitcoin's impressive performance, which has surged by 29% this year alone, reaching a record high of $122,055 on Monday. To put this in perspective, Bitcoin, the original cryptocurrency, began its journey in January 2009 with a mere value of $0.004. This remarkable increase has also triggered a wider rally in the cryptocurrency market, with Ether, the second most popular digital token, hitting a 5-month peak of $3,048.20 on the same day. Overall, the total market capitalization of the cryptocurrency sector has ballooned to approximately $3.8 trillion, as reported by CoinMarketCap. Cryptocurrencies serve as a form of monetary exchange that enables individuals to bypass traditional banking systems and payment methods. What's at stake? During Crypto Week, U.S. lawmakers will deliberate on 3 crucial pieces of legislation. The Genius Act. This legislation aims to clarify the classification of digital assets, such as crypto tokens, as either securities or commodities. This clarity is intended to help startups navigate legal uncertainties by establishing clear regulatory guidelines. The Genius Act has already received Senate approval. The Clarity Act. This proposed law seeks to prevent federal agencies from overreaching their regulatory authority based on court decisions, ensuring that it is Congress, not the courts, that determines how crypto assets are categorized and regulated. The Anti-CBDC Surveillance State Act ***. This act would prohibit the Federal Reserve from issuing a central bank digital currency, CBDC, arguing that such a move could facilitate government surveillance of citizens' financial activities and infringe on personal privacy. This shift in legislative focus represents a significant turnaround for an industry that once considered relocating its operations outside the U.S. due to a perceived hostile regulatory environment and stringent enforcement actions. Cryptocurrency firms have long criticized U.S. financial regulators, including the SEC, for implementing confusing and often contradictory regulations. Jag Kuna, the head of derivatives at Bitfinex crypto exchange, expressed optimism, stating, "We expect capital that was previously sidelined due to regulatory uncertainty to re-enter the market, even if the final passage of these bills is delayed." The outcomes of this week's discussions could pave the way for companies to introduce new digital asset products and facilitate trading in cryptocurrencies. Are there critics of the proposed legislation? Democratic lawmakers are anticipated to propose amendments to both the Genius and Clarity Acts. Some critics argue that the Trump administration is yielding too much to the cryptocurrency sector. Democratic Senator Elizabeth Warren voiced her concerns during a Senate Banking, Housing, and Urban Affairs Committee hearing on July 9, stating, "I'm worried that my Republican colleagues are pushing for yet another industry handout." Warren has called for Congress to prevent public officials, including Trump, from issuing, endorsing, or profiting from crypto tokens. She also emphasized that any new regulations should not undermine existing securities laws or allow the volatility of the crypto market to impact the traditional financial system. Moreover, she highlighted the necessity for anti-money laundering regulations to apply to the cryptocurrency industry, as users are identified by alphanumeric wallet addresses rather than their names, which can enable illicit activities to go undetected. In contrast, the Biden administration has taken a stringent regulatory approach towards cryptocurrencies, aiming to treat digital assets as securities subject to the same regulations as stocks and bonds. What's Trump's interest in cryptocurrency? Once a skeptic of cryptocurrencies, Trump has transformed into a significant advocate during his recent presidential campaign, even becoming the first major party candidate to accept campaign contributions in crypto. During the 2024 election cycle, crypto supporters reportedly spent nearly $250 million to back pro-crypto candidates and challenge those opposed to the industry, according to data from the Federal Election Commission. In March, Trump announced plans to establish a crypto reserve that would encompass 5 cryptocurrencies, including Bitcoin, asserting his intention to position the U.S. as the crypto capital of the world. Additionally, Trump's family business has introduced several meme coins, which are cryptocurrencies inspired by internet humor or cultural references, such as Dollar Trump and Dollar Melania. However, Trump has faced scrutiny over potential conflicts of interest related to his family's business ventures. For example, World Liberty Financial, a crypto company supported by Trump and his sons in 2024, has reportedly generated $57 million for the former president. Furthermore, Trump Media and Technology Group has submitted a proposal to the SEC seeking approval for its own crypto blue-chip ETF, which would be an exchange-traded fund that includes Bitcoin and other digital currencies. How has Bitcoin performed since Trump's re-election? If Bitcoin were classified as a nation, it would rank among the top 10 globally in terms of gross domestic product, comparable to countries like Brazil, $2.17 trillion, and Canada, $2.14 trillion. Since Trump's re-election in November 2024, Bitcoin has skyrocketed by 75%, climbing from approximately $69,539 on election day to its current record high. It even surpassed the $100,000 mark for the first time last December. The cryptocurrency did experience a brief dip below $90,000 on February 25, triggered by market anxieties following Trump's announcement of new tariffs affecting various countries and industries worldwide. However, it rebounded after the announcement of Trump's crypto reserve. Bitcoin's ascent occurs against a backdrop of broader economic uncertainty, particularly due to the global upheaval caused by Trump's fluctuating tariffs on key trading partners, as well as ongoing conflicts in Ukraine and the Middle East. Citibank analysts noted in a recent research report, Bitcoin has demonstrated resilience this year, recovering in line with its macroeconomic influences following tariff announcements.